I was going to walk through how to use EHT to move items from one place, from one house to the next house. There is a tutorial on my site, but it's printed. It is not a video. So I thought that maybe it would be easier for some people to actually see me do it. I like EHT because it has a lot of what I call quality of life options that you can use, and you don't have to necessarily be a houser to enjoy them. But this is probably a houser thing. Moving furniture from one place to the next. Let's turn off my mini map. We don't need you. So this is how I do it. I'm sure there's other ways of doing it, different workflows, but this works for me. The first thing I do is I make sure that things are not connected. When things are linked and you copy and paste, there's a tendency sometimes for some of the items to shift. And I don't know about you, but it annoys me that I have to move something and then rearrange it. I could just redo the entire build if that's what I wanted to do. So I'm going to unlink everything. Unlink. Bye-bye. The next part is you need to select it using the G key, which is select for EHT. We're selecting it with EHT. Your housing menu does need to be open for that to happen. Hit G. I want that. I want that. Definitely want the pillows. I want the books. And my little bookshelf. Did I get the bookshelf? No. Bookshelf. I want the fruit bowl, which means I need the bowl and the fruit, or else it's just a bowl. Now that we have them selected, we need to tell EHT what we want to do with them. So we are going to copy. If there's something in the clipboard, you can just hit clear. And it all goes away like magic. So we want to copy what is selected onto our clipboard. We will tell it to, we have two options. We can cut and copy, which means we can just copy the information, which is just copy selection, or we can copy and cut, or cut and copy. And what that means is you are transferring the information about how this is arranged into EHT, the clipboard. If you cut and copy, you are transferring the information to the clipboard and you are taking all the items into your inventory. That's what I'm going to do, because when I get to the next house, I want it to take it from the inventory and reset it up for me. I don't want to have to make new items. We're going to cut and copy our selections. It's going to say, yes, do you really want to do this? Yeah, I do. I'm assuming I have enough room in my inventory. Yes, I do. And yes, I renamed it Dark and Moody, because it's what it is. Let's put some lights up. What do we have for lighting? Light posts. Ooh, beacon. Let's beacon the hell out of this place so we can see what we're doing. In our corner, I think I want to put things over here in the corner. So we're going to, we have everything here. Everything else is in our inventory. We're going to open up EHT again, and we're going to copy and paste if this wasn't open. Because it is open, we don't have to. But we can pretend it wasn't open. And say, ooh, copy and paste. There we go. Now we want to paste. We can paste from selection. We don't have anything selected. Paste from house items. Now, if I had the items in the house and I wanted EHT to pull them together and then create whatever arrangement I'm working on, that's an option. I don't have anything in the house. I'm going to paste from inventory, and it's going to say paste to current location, which is where I'm currently standing, or original location. Well, we don't want it back in the original location, so we're going to hit E. Now it's going to paste it exactly where my tune is standing, which means I need to get the hell out of the way, or I'm going to get stuck in a pillow. Yes, and then run. Step is optional. This is what I do because I prefer to move things around using Precision Editor versus EHT. I will move it up using EHT. Up out of the floor. We can't sit on it if it's in the floor. That way you can see all the items. I'm going to link them, and to do that, I need to select, make sure I just have the selected items. Nothing else is selected except these items that I want to link. And then I want to change these items to linked group. I'm basically done with EHT. Bye-bye. So I'm going to unselect everything, close that, close you, and move you over to where I need you to be. There we go. Now we just need the books. Book stack. There we are. Snazzy. If I was going to paste this arrangement and say I did not have all of the items, I was missing some pillows, what would happen? It would come up and tell you which items you are missing. We can do that real quick like. Unlink. We'll just do a real quick copy and paste. G. So I'm going to copy, cut and copy. Okay. To make EHT believe that we don't have one of the pillows, we're going to set the pillow out. Sweet pillow. We're going to place these pillows over here so EHT cannot find them. And now we're going to tell it to paste from inventory. And it's going to say 2 of the 5 items cannot be found in your inventory. But I still want it pasted anyway to the current location. Run out of the way. And it says again, look lady, you're missing items. It pasted them over there. Like I can sit in the wall. Silly EHT. So we can move them over using EHT movement arrows. Eventually. There we go. It still pasted 3 of the 5. So you can always add those later if you want. You can just get rid of this if you want. Whatever tickles your personal fancy. Say we wanted to save the information of this little arrangement, but we didn't want to save the arrangement because we wanted to use the items for something else. We can take that information, we can export it onto our computer and save it so that later on we can pull it out and tell EHT, I want to make this thing again. To do that, it's extraordinarily simple. We open EHT again. Now let's see, we still have the items here on the clipboard. We're just going to pretend that this is flash forward 2 weeks later and be like, oh, I really, really want that seating arrangement, but I don't have it saved. But to save it, I can just export. And if I hit export, all the information that's in the clipboard is going to come out in this computer language. And you'll just need to highlight it Now, I just highlight the data that I need. You can highlight and copy the rest of it, which is the step-by-step instructions. I don't want that. I don't want anything else to make it more complicated. Because I'm playing the game on a PC. I will control and copy. And now it is just on my computer clipboard. I'm going to pull up my computer screen. Now I use just a simple notepad. And then I Control V, and there's all the gobbledygook. Now I will save as, what are we going to save it as? Let's save it as gobbledygook. And now it's saved. Again, flash forward. We're like, oh, I really want this information back. I can hit Control A, which is select all, and then Control C, which will copy this information. And then I'll go back into the game. And since it's fast forward, I don't have this information saved. I want to import it back in. And I will hit Control V. And then it says we did it successfully because we're awesome. Actually, let me do that. Let me clear so we can pretend that we really don't have it. And I'm going to take all this stuff into my inventory. Now we're back in the future. I'm going to import, Control V. There it is. And all of that information is back into the clipboard. Now I can just paste it. And where do I want to paste it from? House items or inventory? Obviously inventory. Yes, current location. Get the hell out of the way. And there we have it. Our little seating arrangement that is adorable. The other thing I wanted to show you about EHT is moving items in front of the door. There's a couple of things about moving items in front of the door. You can do it with EHT, but it does remove collision from them. This is coming. It makes it difficult sometimes if you're building something that is on a slant, because people will land on the floor, under the floor that's actually there. But whatever item you have above that floor, they're going to sink through it. It happens in like my slumber build in Cold Harbor. People land their feeder into the floor. As soon as they walk out of it onto the next piece that isn't in front of the door, it isn't in front of the door and still has collision, it's fine. But it does look weird when they first get there. My hope is that they're so amazed by what I have built that they don't notice that it looks kind of stupid. So say I want to put something in front of the door. Our dark elf ancestral tomb. Brazier. Okay, so we can get that close. Right here. Again, we are going to select it using G. And EHT says, well, what do you want to do with it? I want to move it forward. And now it is in front of the door. So we can deselect it, and now we have a brazier in front of the door illegally. Such rebels. One of the issues is if it's right where you land, you are going to land, or your visitors are going to land right there in the middle of the brazier, which is really not a big deal, but it may look kind of weird when they first zone in. With the housing menu open, you can hit H, and that will send you to your landing spot. And there we are. We are trapped in a brazier. At least it's a pretty one. It's like, oh no, I can't get out. So this has actually pushed me into the floor. So we're going to move it. Again, G. Let's move it to the left. Just a wee bit. And now let's try Hit H again. There we are. We are where our visitors would come when they visit us, where they would land. And there we are. We have a brazier in front of the door. Now, if you do accidentally pick it up with the housing menu, you can just X out of it and we'll pretend like it never happened.